out with a flock of geese in the afternoon. It's simple, really. It just takes a little practice. Wouldn't you like to try?
Yes.
I thought so. Now then, let's start with something easy. How would you like to be a monkey in the zoo? Does that sound like fun?
I'd like to, but I don't know how, Mr. Kringle.
Oh, sure you do. You just bend over a little like that. Right. And you cup your hands and let your arms swing. That's right. Now, can you reach up here and tickle yourself? Sure, yes, that's it. Now, put your tongue under your lip and watch me.
Is this right?
Yes, that's it. Now, reach up and tickle yourself and chatter.
Mrs. Walker.
Chris is just what the doctor ordered for a far too serious 8-year-old. You should have him to dinner often.
No, thank you.
Kneel, Sir Kringle, of the round table, and I shall let you with the touch of my magic wand.
Oh, Queen Susan, please do not render me invisible with the evil touch of your magic wand.
Susan, we have to stop now. It's way past your bedtime.
But Mother, I was about to knight Sir Kringle.
Oh, how nice. Susan, please go now.
We were just having a little lesson in imagination.
Well, I'll go see if Mrs. Shelton called.
Mr. Kringle, I was wondering, where are you staying?
Oh, I'm living temporarily with a friend of mine, Jim the zookeeper.
Oh, you happy there?
Oh, yes, very much, but I do feel I'm imposing, and I'll need to find another place very soon.
Oh, well, I live alone. I have an extra bed, and I would be delighted if you would stay with me.
How very kind of you.
It's the 2 beds or twin beds. There's no wind under them, no rats.
Oh, I can have my cane in it there.
Mr. Kringle, Mrs. Shelton would like to know if you'd like to stay with her. She lives right near the store. It would be so handy for you.
No, thank you. I have just accepted Mr. Gailey's invitation.
Mr. Gary, I see.
Thanks for the lesson.
Good night, Susan.
Good night.
I'll call Mrs. Shelhammer back and let her know that you have a place to stay.
I'm glad to have you, Mr. Kringle, because now I'll find out something I've always wanted to know. Does Santa Claus sleep with his whiskers in or out of the blankets?
Oh! I always sleep with them out. The cold air helps them grow.
Isn't it a miracle, Mrs. Shelhammer?
A miracle? Well, I suppose. Little did I dream that when I saw Mr. Kringle standing beside that parade float, that I was picking the man who was going to revitalize the entire merchandising business.
Oh, what's that?
Why didn't one of you think of that? Now Macy's a benevolent spirit, thinking only of the general good for the public. How do you think that makes Gimbel's look, huh? From now on, if we don't have what the customer wants, send him to Macy's.
This idea is very much wrong. Not stole from Manhattan. This new idea, as old as the spirit of Christmas itself, is spreading coast to coast. Imagine, all because of a fellow by the name of Kris Kringle.
You're a gazelle.
Well, a spinning top.
No, whirling dervish. A ballerina! And what do you want for Christmas, Susan?
I don't really have anything that I want.
Oh, no, I know you do, Susan.
It doesn't seem right that a little girl like you would have no wishes at all. I mean, you must want something. Every child does.
I only have one wish, and it's a big one.
What is it?
My one wish is for a house. A real one, not a toy, where my mother and I can live.
Oh, Susan.
Living in an apartment isn't much fun. The house should have a real big yard with trees, and a swing, so that I can just go out and play anytime I want to, instead of having to wait for someone to take me to Central Park.
Well, that's quite a tall order. I'll do my best.
Look, here's what it looks like. Here's the living room with the fireplace, and my bedroom overlooking the backyard. And here's the big backyard.
Yes. Well, Susan, you know, every child can't get every wish, but that doesn't mean there isn't a Santa Claus. I mean, some children whisper things they can't even use if they get them. I mean, lots of little boys want real locomotives, for example. Why they can't even get them into their houses. And little girls wish for baby brothers and sisters, even though their parents wouldn't be able to care for them. Sometimes it's better just to keep on wishing, so that when you do get your wish, you really appreciate it.
I can see that you're right in certain cases, but I've wished for this house a long time, Mr. Kringle, and I'll appreciate it if I get it.
Yes, well, I better hurry along. I've got a lot of work to do.
Well, if you're really Santa Claus, you'll get it for me.
Yes, well, good night, Susan. Good night, Miss Cleo.
Good night, Mr. Kringle. Come on, Susan, it's time to do your studies.
Cleo, do you think Mr. Kringle will give me my wish?
I don't know, but I'm sure he'll try.
Well, if he doesn't, he's just a nice man with a white beard, just like Mother says.
Oh yes, Chris, to answer your question, I've been in love with Doris for quite some time now, but she just isn't interested. Doris's whole life is organized around her daughter and her career, to the complete exclusion of any normal social activities.
That's what's happening to thousands and thousands of people in this world.
No, you're probably right. You ready to go?
No, we better do something about this right away.
You're right, but I certainly don't know what.
Ask Doris to dinner tonight.
What?
Ask Doris out to dinner tonight.
Well, I'd like to, all right, but I know she'll refuse me. Mrs. Walker will be much too busy as usual. She'll say she's working at her desk all night and that she's going to have a sandwich and coffee.
So, she's too busy to see you, eh?
Yeah.
Then I'll ask her.
Oh, no, I'm talking myself, Doris.
Well, maybe things will be different this time. Go on, ask her out. I'm going to go in the locker room and finish changing. I'll be right back. Go on.
Knock, knock.
Oh, Fred, what brings you here?
I was just waiting for Chris to change. I'm walking him home.
Thanks for looking after Chris.
Well, I think Susan, I got a new friend.
I think so, too.
Say, Doris, I was wondering, would you like to join me for some dinner tonight?
Just us?
Yes.
Well, I'd really like to, Fred, but I'm much too busy. I'll be working the entire evening. My dinner will be a sandwich and coffee. But,
I can see that you're too busy. I'm going to go see what's taking Chris so long. See you later. Oh, hi, Miss Adams. Have you seen Mr. Kringle?
Mr. Gay, I think he's left already. I saw him hurrying away some time ago in his Santa pants.
Well, that's very unusual. He was supposed to walk home with me.
Are you sure, Miss Adams?
Oh, yes, and he took the service elevator out of the building.
Well, why would he do that?
I'll call Mr. Blackwell. Perhaps he saw him. We mustn't let him out of our sight.
You can't.
Oh, Mr. Blackwell, have you seen Mr. Kringle? I say thank you. No, he never saw him.
I'll call my apartment. Doris, you should call Cleo. Perhaps he went there.
Is there any way I can call?
Oh, Fred, what shall we do?
Miss Adams, call the hospitals and the police stations, please, and ask for Mr. Kringle. Doris, you and I should go to the Maplewood home. Perhaps he went there. Or perhaps his friend Jim at the zoo.
He didn't go back to the home. He wasn't at the zoo. Oh, where would he have gone? Perhaps he got confused and lost, or maybe he was in an accident.
Doris, I'm frankly amazed at you.
Why?
The efficient, businesslike Mrs. Walker getting so upset about an eccentric old man.
Oh, Chris is not just an eccentric old man, Fred. He's much more than that.
I know. If anything happened to Mr. Kringle, the whole world would never be the same.
Oh, no, it's gone.
What? What is it?
Oh, my favorite brooch. Oh, it must have fallen off when we were looking for Chris. Oh, it was an heirloom my mother gave to me.
Perhaps we can go back and look for it.
Oh, but we've been so many places. Oh, I just know I'll never see it again.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. It'll be all right.